Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is Friday. It is October 29th and I'm back for an update. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much. It is a rainy day here today. We are in stitching season. And if you watched my last video, I had a goal for myself. I was making one cross stitch ornament each month to give away to somebody, to one of you viewers. And I fell a little bit behind because during the summer I'm out and about and I really don't stitch that much. I did 7 ornaments so far this year, so that left 5 left. I have been stitching all week long. I finished 5 ornaments to close out the year, which I'm going to be giving away in this video, so you'll want to stick around. And I'm so excited that I got them done. They're all cute and treasures in their each way. I picked from different designers, different tastes that people might like. I think they're all adorable, and of course I'd love to keep each one, but I'm giving them away. And I'm excited to share that with you. I really do like giving. It was a goal of mine this year. I met my goal. I'm excited about that. Sometimes you give yourself a challenge and a goal and you just don't meet it. And I'm happy to share that with you. A couple of people did send me an email to like, why are you giving away ornaments? You're crazy to stitch that much and give these pieces away. I am a giver. That is just who I am. I've always been like that. I like to give to people. I'd rather give than receive. And it's hard for me to receive sometimes. So that's just a piece of me. And I'm still working on that. Listen, we are all a work in progress, right? We're all a whip. It's been a busy week and I'll give you life updates at the end. I had a super awesome last weekend and we are going to get started here. Now, if you do want a chance to win each of the ornaments, all you have to do is leave a comment below. And these are going to be numbers. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could put down every one if you want a chance to win every one. I will ship anywhere. I am going to be shipping the ornaments hopefully in the middle of November. I'm going to be listing the winners on November 15th. So I'm giving 2 weeks for everybody a chance to watch and catch up. I know everybody's busy. There's so many channels to watch and people to watch, and everybody needs more time. We all do. If we could expand time, that would be great, but we can't. All right, so I'm going to start with the first 2 ornaments, and they are in this pattern, the Prairie Schooler, St. Nicholas, and this is book number 20. Now I did 2 ornaments from this chart. I did the green Santa and the yellow Santa. We'll get to the yellow Santa. Maybe we'll do that one first. Now, as stitches, you know, I don't know anybody who hasn't had to rip or redo something and pull it out. And I'm going to show you my first mess up. But the finished product is probably, I don't know, is this the cutest one? They're all cute, but this guy's super cute. Okay, so I was stitching along and I was almost done stitching and I'm going to fill in the red heart part and I'm like, something's not right. Well, I was way off on the body. Like the body's over here, the head's over here. Like it was just all messed up. I'm like, and I was almost done stitching the whole Santa, and I'll show you what I did. I'll show you. I cut it out, cut out the head because it was so messed up. And I'm sharing my mess ups because you could always salvage whatever you did. Now look how he's so cute. Look at how cute he is. I highlighted the face, and what I did is I put him into an oval, and then I put him on this tag, like wooden tag, and I added some holly berries and leaves. Now it reminded me of the old-fashioned pictures, you know, when they're in like an oval frame but in a square frame, like the oval's in the middle and then it's square on the outside. Look at how cute he is. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, the light went out. The light went out. Technical difficulties. You have to laugh. And what I did is on the background of the tag, I just put, this is scrapbook paper, and it does have like a, it's not going to pick it up on the video, but it has like a little design there. It came out super cute. And on the back of each ornament, there's a tag, and it says Cindy's cross stitch, so you'll know it's for me. I enjoy sending these out. If I can make one person happy and smile and let them know you matter in this world that we're living in right now, in these days and times. You count, you matter. And a piece of me is going out into the world. 12 pieces of me. They're all hand stitched, and I know stitchers who receive them know the work and time you put into them, and they enjoy them. So this is number 1. Number 1 is Yellow Santa. You just have to put number 1. And I did save, like, hey, she really did mess up. Let's cut it out. Fussy cut it. The next one is the Green Santa. And he came out really cute too, look. And I put him on this big wooden tag. And it had words. I think it's Valentine's Day or something. I don't know. It had some words on it. And I added just a little decor. And of course the back has a tag. So this is number 2. Santa, the Green Santa is number 2. And the tag actually came with this like check ticking. It's really cute. It just matches, it goes. Now this is a little more foo-fooed up. I have another one that is a little different. I tried to do them all a little bit different. Some people like really plain. Some people like really dressed up. But we'll move on to the next one. And, sorry I'm bending here, but we have the holder. All right, and the next one, of course, is I actually did 3 Prairie Schoolers. I love Prairie Schooler. When I'm stitching Prairie Schooler, it's just like Zen. They're not hard, they're not difficult. Same colors, very, I could do those in Zen. Now, it took me a while to get back into the habit of stitching, I guess, because I really haven't been stitching much. And I kind of messed up, and we mess up. It's okay. All right, this is from book number 51, The Prairie School, and this is called Christmas Past. This is this pattern. And I stitched this Santa. Now, I stitched him before as a gift, and I'm not sure if I stitched one for me. And all of these that I stitched, I don't have any of these for myself, so I'd love to put them on my tree, but I don't need them. I'm better off giving them away. But I did stitch this one, and what I did is this one, I just left the moon or the sickle out. I didn't like it in there, so I left it out. And this is another one. This is number 3. And this is Prairie Schooler number 3. And this has different ribbon, and I just added a big bow on the top. It's more plain, and it looks better back, but he's cute. And I did change the color of the light in here to yellow, and I changed it a little bit. Of course, it has the tag on the back. So that's number 3. So if you want that one, you definitely want to put number 3. Number 4, this is from Heartstring Samplery, and she came out with a series every month. It's called Festive Little Fobs, and I have all of them. And this is from the Christmas edition, and I like all these. And this was a cute little stitch, and this is more of a plain piece. And let me see if I could show you what I did. The one I did is right here. Can't really see it that much. It's small, but I'm going to show you how it was done. This is like a poinsettia, And I did use the Prairie Schooler colors, and I added some green chenille there. And this is the back. It's got the tag. Now this has, see if you could see it, this tiny little pin on there. And I'll definitely be putting pictures at the end so you can really see details, but super cute. So this is number 4, and this is the Poinsettia. And number 5, this one, oh, I really, really like this one. This is from Blackbird Designs. This is Christmas Rose. Now, this is a big pattern. And what I did is I pulled a motif at it and I made it into an ornament, and I did the house with the tree. Now there was many different things. I didn't know which one to pull or what piece. It's a beautiful pattern. Just, I haven't stitched the whole thing yet, but I'm going to show you this. It's so, I love stitching houses. Look, that's the house with the tree, and the tree on the top, it does have a Swarovski crystal. And it's got a little trim there, a little fuzzy trim. And the back, it has Christmas words there. I'm not sure if you could quite see that. It's so cute. Stinking cute. Where you want to keep it. I want to keep them all, but this is number 5, and this is Blackbird Designs. And I definitely had to pull a Blackbird in memory of Barb. Just so nice. So you have all 5 pieces that I have made. You could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just 1 and 3, or maybe you just want one of them. Maybe you don't want any of them. I don't know. I hope my email is always below if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm gonna be posting the winner on November 15th to give everybody 2 weeks to join and watch and view. All you have to do is be a subscriber. That's it. I will ship out of the country. Now, if I ship out of the country, there is definitely a chance you might not get it by Christmas because the mail, I know, is very messed up. So I do want to list the winners on November 15th and get them out within a day or 2, mail them all out. So that way by December 1st, you'll have them for Christmas. You could put them on a tree or hang them somewhere. You know, you can put them wherever you want. It doesn't have to be on a tree. And I hope you enjoyed all those pieces. I had so much fun making them and putting them together and finishing them and just trying to dig through the stuff and see what I wanted to put together as my last 5 pieces. I'm going to put the first pictures of the first 7 pieces right here. So this is number 1 that I gave away. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And number 7. They are already in their new homes. I was so happy to send them out and share with people. I'm gonna do a couple of life updates. Last weekend, you know, we're at the end of October. I still have sunflowers blooming because I planted them in the beginning of August. And I love it. I'm coming November, I'll still have sunflowers outside, so that's just me. They're blooming, my yellow ones. I planted a couple of white sunflowers. I'll include some pictures. A couple of them still have a lot of buds and didn't bloom yet. I have morning glory still. I still have a lot of different flowers outside, so that makes me happy. We're almost in November and holiday season is coming upon us. Definitely, you know, still working in the garden. I did clear up a lot of stuff and put stuff away, and you know, it's always work. Last weekend, I did go to Asheville, North Carolina. My son lives there. And we went to hike Mount Mitchell. It's on the Blue Ridge Parkway. What a beautiful state park. It was absolutely amazing. Perfect day to go. It was beautiful. All the trees were changing colors and it was just amazing. I'm going to include pictures of that at the end. And give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I am definitely filming at night and I have to deal with a light, which I'm not usually used to doing. And that's hooked up to a computer and the computer times out. It's, you know how it is. So we went to Mount Mitchell and my son hiked this mountain a couple of times. And I am not on the level of my son. He lives like very close to the Blue Ridge Parkway and he hikes trails on that parkway every single day. There's a trail that he does, it's 3 miles up the mountain, down the mountain. So he has muscle memory, good legs, excellent condition. He's 26 years younger than me. Okay, so he's like, Ma, we're gonna go hike this trail. I'm like, okay, and it's a 6-mile trail, which is no big deal. I could definitely hike 6 miles. I could walk forever in my sleep. Hiking is different when you're climbing elevations and going up and down rocks and stuff like that. All right, so he's like, come on, we could go do this mountain. Make sure, you know, I had my water, my food, backpack, hiking poles, you know, all that good stuff. We get to the top of the mountain. Now, it's very high. You're over 6,000 elevation. You're very high. And we got there pretty early because it takes several hours to do the hike. And it was cold. We went up to the part where you overlook everything. And we went up there. And I didn't have my real heavy jacket. I got this little light jacket and it's windy and it's cold. It was like 30-something degrees. I'm like, and thank God I had my gloves. I had my gloves on. Chris, it's cold out. It was windy. I'm like, am I going to freeze to death doing this hike? But once you get hiking, you start sweating. So yeah, that wasn't an issue. And later in the day, it did get up to about 60. So you're going from like 36 to 60 within several hours, going up and down mountains and stuff like that. So we start on the trail. It was a beautiful trail. And certain areas of the mountain, it smelled like Christmas, pine trees. It smelled so good. I just wanted to stay there. And he goes, Ma, doesn't this smell like Christmas? I'm like, oh, it smells so good. Well, we're going down the mountain and we're going on the trail, and there's a big sign when you get to a point, and it says strenuous. I'm like, strenuous? Like how hard is it? I go, Chris, the sign says strenuous. Oh, don't worry, Ma, you'll be fine. I'm like, well, okay. He says, I'll be fine. I tell you, I could walk down a mountain all day. It's not going down that. So we're going down this big mountain. When you get to a certain area, it's flat for several miles. He calls it like the horse trail. And he goes, the hard part is when you're going up this point. He goes, but it's only like a mile of that. And he goes, then it gets easy. So we get to the hard part. And I'm like, oh, go on your own hike. You know, he has the dog with him. Grandpa's with us. Grandpa could run up and down mountains all day. He could care less. So I'm like, oh, go do your hike. So they go, they're hiking. And I'm going up the mountain. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I go, well, we walked down, I'm just going up around the other end. And it didn't click until I'm doing it. So at one point, I'm like, okay, just calm down. Pull, foot, pull, foot, and you go up this mountain. You're going up. And these big rocks, and every now and then I'd see like 2 people come like, oh, I'll get aside. Don't worry, I'll take a break. I'm like, yeah, give me a break. So I would just go at my own pace. I took like a million breaks going up. And now when you're going up the mountain, it was all in the sun. And I did bring shorts to change into, and I still had my heavy top. I thought I had my tank top with me. I didn't bring it, so I couldn't, you know, dethrone. I'd scare people on the mountain. So I finally got to this one point. He's like, okay, that was the hardest part. I'm like, okay. And I was getting really weak. My whole body was shaking. And I'm like, it was the strain of going up. I'm like, how much elevation are we doing today? Oh, I'll tell you at the end. He wouldn't tell me. I'm like, okay, it's got to be bad because he won't tell me. So he goes, it's not bad now. You just go up a little and then it flattens out and then it's flat. Well, it's easy. It was not easy. We get to a point. There's a big boulder with rope and down the boulder. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get up that? Oh, you could do it, Ma. I'm like, this kid, wait till we get to the top of the mountain. So he's telling me what to do. I did climb it, another boulder. We get to another part, there's another big boulder. I'm like, you didn't tell me I was rock climbing and doing big boulders. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, I heard something. So I climb these big boulders. I'm like, are we almost there yet? Like a little five, are we almost there yet? I'm like so weak, my body was shaking. And I think it's because I didn't eat a big meal before doing this hike. Like, it didn't click that the sign said strenuous. They were not kidding, strenuous. And he's like, well, we only got a little more to go. The views on the mountain were worth everything I went through. They really were. They were worth it. I'm glad I did the mountain. And we got to another part, and then we were almost there. And I'm like, okay, I did it. I conquered Mount Mitchell. It was, I looked on my app. I have the All Trails app. Hard. Well, yeah, the sign said strenuous. Duh. Didn't you click with your brain? No, it didn't. It didn't until I had to climb back up the mountain. I was happy I did it. That trail was so hard. The elevation was 1388. And I hike, but not strenuous mountains. And I'm glad I did it. But I told him, I said, listen, I'm 26 years older than you, and I don't hike 3 miles up and down the mountain every day. I got a little mountain down my block. The elevation's 458. It's nothing. It's like a little hill compared to what I was doing. It was fun. I have great pictures. I'm going to share those out there, and you'll want to see them. It was beautiful. It was the perfect autumn time of year. My son makes me do things I would never do on my own. Now, whenever we go somewhere, I'm checking the app to see what it says. I'm not trusting him no more on that, because he'll push me to do stuff I've never done before. I'm glad he does, but on some point, I don't think I would have done that whole mountain. I would do 3 miles of it or 4 miles of it. There was one trail, it was called the Pine Trail, and that probably would have smelled all like crystal. I told him, I'll go back there. You could do the whole mountain. I'll do this section. You know, I'll do the one section. But it was fun. I'm glad I did it. We had a great time, and that was my adventure last weekend with my son. It's fun to hike. It's getting darker earlier. I'm out hiking. I got night goggles. Like I know. I go into the park with my night. I'm the only one in there with night goggles walking around. I won't go into the mountain and on the trail though, so don't worry about me. I'm very cautious. I carry pepper spray with me. I got my night goggles, and you know, I'm protected. I'm alert. I know what's going around, you know, around me. But I can't do my hikes. I'm only on the weekend, and it's supposed to rain all this weekend, so we'll see if we could get a couple of hours down on my little baby mountain down the block. And just one other note, it's been a couple of the last couple of weeks, I've had a couple of people pass away that were friends. One was Pat. I don't want to cry. Ugh, I don't like bringing this up, but we're human. We all have lives, but I'm just a person. On a Friday night group, when I lived back in Knoxville, every Friday we would meet at Panera and have dinner, and a whole bunch of us would talk and eat. And Pat was an amazing woman. I never saw her get mad. I never saw her get angry. I never heard her say a bad word. She was the kindest soul, and don't want to cry. I'll miss her. I love you, Pat. Hard. Just got a notification that Annie B's husband passed away. I was shocked. I had to reread the post on Instagram. very kind man. Annie's awesome. I met her at market in March of 2020. I met her husband. He was very supportive of her and just a great guy. And Annie, love you. Sorry. I can't imagine. And another one of my friends is in the hospital. He's on a ventilator from COVID. So his name is Ray. If you pray, just pray for Ray. I hope he makes it out of it. I worked with him for years ago. And it's just been a hard couple of weeks. I think I know more people passing away this year than ever. And I don't want to cry, but I didn't want to leave you on a bad note. But my prayer warriors out there, and of course the light, hold on. The light went out on a perfect note. I don't want to bring anybody down. This is a happy video, but life is life. And if you could pray for Ray, I'm praying hope he makes it through. He's been in the hospital, I think, for 3 weeks now, and I just pray that he comes out of this. That's all I can say. Pray for Ray. On that note, everybody, we're going into November. The holidays are coming. I cannot believe it's November. Just be safe out there. Enjoy every day. And enjoy the footage with all the pictures and footage that I'm going to put here. And I'll be back on November 15th to tell all the winners. Have a great weekend, everybody. Happy stitching.